Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for South Park: The Stick of Truth on hardcore difficulty, without using items and without healing, and today we are still in day 2 heading into day 3, but this will still be day 2 because it's basically nighttime, and now we have to fight the Gnomes, and for the most part this is its own sort of like pseudo separate dungeon, same thing like with the alien abduction one. It's just now we have, you know, we get turned small basically, so. With the first fight, the Gnomes don't do really much damage anyway, considering the fact that they are literally just smaller than you, like miniature size. So, once they shriek you down, then you can, you know, deal with them as is. For the most part, the Gnomes aren't really anything too worrisome. Most of them have, like, I think different weaknesses and such, like fire, frost, electric, that kind of thing. And most of their attacks are usually magic-based anyway. They don't really do a lot of physical attacks, so... Not that it really matters. There are differences between all, I think between all 4 of them, at least maybe 3 to 4 of them. Like, some of them cast, you know, status stuff, and like that one, for instance, can, you know, basically use elemental type things. If not specifically, just maybe they're just element based as well. I don't know, but either way, by now you should be like level 10 and have probably, you know, curb stomp if you're using the same class that I am. And that can, for the most part, get rid of practically all of them. Unfortunately, they do start off with shields, but luckily I think my weapon goes through shields, which is very nice. But if your weapon doesn't go through shields, just break the shield, and then there you go. So, no biggie. If you're playing the Thief class, breaking shields isn't really even that hard, even with Mage, too. And I even think with Jew, I think... in terms of breaking shields, I'm pretty sure that Fighter is probably the worst at it in terms of like just abilities, because like the only one I can think of that can potentially like deal with like getting rid of a full shield is probably, you know, Assault and Battery, but even then still it's just not really great. I mean, it attacks the guy behind, which is nice, but with the fire magic that Mage has, he can just, you know, attack multiple times. And what the hell? Oh, sorry, I keep getting random calls and just, like, random spam shit going on, so I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, and I don't really care. But, of course, somebody has to call right now, too, which pisses me off. Like, right when I'm recording. It is what it is. But it's nobody. It's nobody important, I'm sure. Alright, so in here, you have rats to deal with, and I think... you can kill almost all of them except for like maybe one of them. I kind of assumed that the electricity would kill him, but no, he gets killed, he runs back, and then he gets, you know, hit by the mousetrap and dies. So you don't really want to fight the giant rats in this dungeon specifically because they are quite hard, especially when you fight them in, well, pairs of more than one. If you have to fight one, that's fine, but if you have to fight more than one, then you're basically kind of, you're gonna have a hard time, just saying. Because it is funny, because, like, this game normally isn't difficult, but there are, like, every once in a while, there are fights that do give me some trouble. And granted, you know, I'm playing with no healing, no items, so that also doesn't help any. God damn, I'm sorry, I get so tired of just getting these random spam calls, just thinking that... because, like, usually, like, if it's important, then, you know, they leave a message, but nobody does, so I'm pretty sure it's just spam shit. And it's just constant. But I have heard about, like, you know, the new stuff going on where it's basically just gonna continue for a while, so who knows. Something, you know, the net neutrality guy, he's, you know, changed things around to where now spam calls don't get in trouble as much. But anyway, so Giant Rat essentially gets these new types of things, like Mega Defense Up and Mega Health Up, or Mega Damage Up, or whatever it was. And they also have regenerating health, which is what I think honestly kind of sucks ass. Giant rats aren't normally that bad in terms of just regular fight when you're big, but when it comes to actual like fighting them one-on-one when you're small, it sucks ass. So debuff the hell out of them, cause as much stats as you possibly can, slow down. Slow is very helpful. That way you can kind of get rid of the regenerative property, because I think they only regenerate whenever they take their turn. So getting rid of that ability just, you know, at the start can make things a lot easier. Also, gnome pickaxe, if I remember correctly, it sucks ass. So most of the gnome stuff, in general, like equipment-wise, mostly just kind of sucks ass. But that's just going to happen. Alright, so now we have to fight the next pair of gnomes. The ones that actually, I think, got away. Which is funny because, like, they leave their buddy behind and there's only, like, one left. So these are, of course, you know, the other three that we have to deal with. And again, luckily the weapon I have on right now can actually go through more than one enemy. It can attack, you know, behind a column, which is great. But yeah, he's not going to have enough time to channel anything. I don't remember exactly what happens when they do get full channeling, but you normally never want them to even have it to begin with because, well, it's going to hurt. I mean, that's kind of the point, so. Don't know how the hell I got burned. Also, I think it's either this fight or maybe it's like one of these chests where you actually get like gnome underwear that you can wear on your head. And it's supposed to, yeah, it's this one, Underpants helmet. So essentially with this, it actually causes, whenever enemies approach you, they apparently get grossed out. And I'm not exactly 100% sure on the actual specifics of that or not, but I think it's probably related to maybe melee enemies. So I think like when somebody goes to like melee you, they probably get like gross out. I'm guessing, but I have no idea. Okay, so this is the boss fight himself of this dungeon. This is the Underpants Warlock, and he is quite defensive, as you can tell, with 825 armor. And we only have like 50. We have defense up at the start of the fight, which is nice, but even then still. So, time for major shrinkage, or shrink underwear I think it's called. It's a back attack, it's a backstab attack, basically kind of like what Thief does. And it's not too hard to block, fortunately. Most of this fight actually surprisingly seems like it would be hard at the start, but it really isn't because, of course, you'll see in a few minutes, or a few seconds I should say, that eventually our dad's balls will come down and we'll have to avoid them. So, yeah, that's the thing that's going on. Go for defense down as much as you can. Go for any, like, just normal status, you know, debuffs, like attack down, you know, defense down type stuff. And, of course, you know, the usual stacking of elements, like slow, burn, bleed. I know I sound like a broken record when I say it, but that is, for the most part, the major aspect of this game that you want to go for. Unfortunately, since he's a boss, he can't be stunned. However, at least with Rochambeau, I think I have it to the point where it can now cause a gross out. So if I wanted to do gross out, I could do that. But I do have a weapon that... No, it's just the magic on it. I keep seeing green, so I thought it was my weapon that had gross out, but no, it's the magic. And of course, like I said in this playthrough, I tried keeping my magic for as long as I can, like my actual, like, you know, fart magic. I tried keeping it as long as I can to make sure that I could fart on, you know, Kenny's balls at the end, but I didn't have enough, I guess. So there's that. For this, you don't have to start the side quests. You can actually finish all the side quests before you talk to them. I don't know why I decided to talk to the mayor in the beginning. I don't know. I'm just dumb. So, yeah. Now it's time for the rest of this episode, which is essentially, I think, getting to... Oh, what was it? I don't know if this was the Canada one. But anyway, we are now officially in day 3. So, I don't know if I'll probably call this... yeah, I'll probably call this one D3, actually. I think that'd make more sense. Because, like, I mean, the main focus isn't even really the gnome dungeon anymore because, well, it didn't really last very long. It's actually mostly just the sewers. If I do, well, I mean, because, to be fair, I mean, even though most of this episode is just me, you know, climbing around and going through the sewers and stuff, yeah, I mean, because, like, the way I'm doing these videos is very specific with naming, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call this one, because this is just essentially just town stuff. So I might just end up just still calling it, like, Day 2, and then calling it, like, Attack of the Gnomes or something, I don't know. I don't remember what the hell the main quest was actually called, so I'll name it whatever it is. Sorry, yeah, sorry. You know how it goes. Let's see. So, in this area, I don't really count the sewer as much of a dungeon. I mean, it technically kind of is, but I don't really count it as much of one. But, to give you an idea of what's going on, there's just, like, a lot of rats. You have to go find Mr. Hankey's kids. And they're not too hard to find. It's sort of like a maze, but it's not too bad when you know where you're going. I mean, of course it's not too bad when you know where you're going, but still... And then there's 3 homeless camps that we can take out here, and we do actually end up finishing all 7 of them. And if I'm not mistaken, this might also be the video where I start doing the Nazi zombie ring stuff as well. I don't remember. I just edited all these videos, and I edited, I think, like this one, like 2 more, and I'm trying to get them pumped out in terms of like commentary and editing, so that way I can start rendering all of them, get them uploaded, and then get started on the next guide as soon as possible, so that way I can, well, get that one done. But right now, I'm having trouble with that guide specifically. It's actually getting kind of a little boring, so yeah, that's the main problem. I haven't done commentary for it yet, so I don't know what editing and commentary is going to be like, so maybe it might actually make up for it, but for right now, since I already beat it once, the feeling of it is just kind of gone. Just, like, I don't know, like, once you beat a game once, that's, you know, a hard, difficult, like, that's something relatively challenging, then it just doesn't really become nearly as fun as it was when you were trying to figure things out. That's the way I see it. Now, granted, with Warrior World, though, you know, I did that in just one run. That was all just basically blind run and me showing off, you know, me accomplishing, you know, instead of just showing off every failure in sight, which is what I'm not here for. So, I'm here to show you guys how to have victory, not to lose. That's kind of the point of a guide. So, yeah, but with the new game like that I'm going to be doing, it ended up being a problem for me, like playing it right now. It could just be because like I'm kind of early on, but everything is just too repetitive, and like I'm just noticing how repetitive the game can actually be. Not that it's a bad game, of course. I'm playing it I'm playing it to beat it, and you know, since I know how to beat it, it's like I'm just you know, going down the same road and the same path again of just the same stuff over and over again, because that's just how it works. You know what? Actually, a sort of good comparison is potentially Lollipop Chainsaw. So that's probably like the best comparison I could make to the game. But I'll say this: the game is like, not comparing whether or not, you know, Lollipop is a better game or vice versa. The difficulty for the game that I'm going to be doing soon after this guide is actually what I would consider way harder than what Lollipop's very hard mode was. So I would even admit, you know, honestly, even this game is, you know, what the stuff that I'm doing is potentially just a slight bit harder. Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe more so less, but there are things I would consider that are probably harder. I mean, for Lollipop Chainsaw, like, the only hard parts I can even think of is just essentially, like, you know, the later chapters, like, what was it, like, stage 5 or whatever. I think that's probably, like, one of the ones I can say. The construction site one, that one's pretty, slightly difficult, but everything else is just kind of not. Josie, or Jonesy, I forget his exact name, but the UFO boss fight, oh my god. That fight is ridiculous. It's mainly the timer. And then you fight, what's his nuts, basically the guy in, like, I think stage 5 or whatever, like the second to last final boss that has the elephant bike thing. Yeah, he's maybe a little hard, but again, most of the difficulty in that game could be essentially destroyed by using Nick ticket stuff, so it just kind of comes off, you know, kind of, like, okay, it's not really going to be hard. I mean, that's the thing. I guess you could say the same thing about South Park, you know, in general, is if you're playing on hardcore mode, like, what makes it even harder is just, like, what, extra, like, enemies do, like, a little bit more attacks, or they're a little bit more focused on using buffs and stuff. But even then, like, you know, you could just run potions all day and still basically just beat the game just fine. So it's really not a big deal. But yeah, now we get to fight the penis mouse. Infectious bite. I can't remember if it causes growth set or not. I think it's probably just bleeding, because like typically most of the time with an attack that's a bite, they usually just cause bleeding. But if I'm not mistaken, I think just like other rats, he has Dirty Little Bastard, which causes growth out. So, which I think might actually even cause growth out on block too. I'm not even sure. Yeah, maybe it's like, you know, -2 frames on block. I don't know. This sounds like I was talking fighting game shit for a second there when I said gross out on block, so. Yeah, I figured out at that point, like, oh wait, I already have this guy. Basically finished up, so nice. Nice, nice. Not to bed, not to bed. Alright, so next kid, I think. Next side of these things. I probably should have edited this one down just a little bit, but that's too late. Not that it's super boring, it's just, you know, my body is not feeling great, I guess, right now, and it's having problems, it seems. It wants me to get up, and it's like, no. I mean, I know I've been telling myself that, you know, these guides aren't nearly that important for me to just waste my life away on, so if anything happens, if I need to leave the guide, if I need to leave the recording at any time, then I should, but, you know, I like to just have it be finished and done now, I guess. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Actually, you know what? Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic just for 1 second. Alright, there we go. Also, I'm not even sure if this happened, but I muted my mic, I think in... Oh god, I can't remember which commentary it was. It might have been like, I don't know, episode like 5 or 6. And I'm kind of worried because when I looked at my mic, I think it was not muted or it was muted, so I might have actually, you know, coughed into the mic in that video. And I do want to say that I apologize if anybody heard that or not, but yeah, you know how it is. Sometimes, you know, phlegm comes up and I can't really control it. I'm trying not to be like that. I'm not trying to be annoying with these videos and cough into the mic and stuff, because again, this is sort of a, you know, my take on post-com guides, and I want it to be a little bit more professional than that. So if I do happen to cough or sneeze or whatever in these videos, then I do apologize. It just happens. Because sometimes I just kind of forget to edit post-com. That's the main thing. That's the main takeaway. It's like I do post-com and I just leave it as is and just let it be. So again, for those wondering why I'm not talking about every single fight or just everything I'm doing, it's mainly because most of this is just straightforward, easy stuff. Like, you've already done all this crap, so there's really no point. It's just another homeless camp. I mean, it's nothing considered what I would consider too difficult to really go through anyway. Also, something I'm not even sure, something I can't talk about, but I'm not even really sure if Butter's normal hammer attack can actually go through armor or not, because if I'm not mistaken, I think heavy attacks in general are supposed to be quote-unquote good on armor. So it's very possible that either it not necessarily negates armor, but it's possible that maybe it just ignores armor. I'm not sure about that. But I think, I mean, because like Butters has Hammer of Justice, which is supposed to be good on armor, so I would assume that he either goes through like maybe half of it or maybe the whole thing of it. I don't know. In terms of ignoring it. Also, there is a chimp Pokemon right there, which I think I actually forgot in my other playthrough, but Gerbatoad or Gerbatoad. I think it's probably Gerbatoad, considering the fact of where we're at. Literally being inside of, you know, the sewers. Oh boy, we got a lot of friends since last time, didn't we? Jeez. We went up, what, 21 friends, I think that was? That's what it said? Yeah, look, there's like a little Magikarp there too, but yeah, I was just looking at like which one I'm missing, and I'm just kind of like deciding of, because like I know where most of the more iconic ones are at, like Shu and Fetuswami, which Fetuswami was of course an added one, and I think so was that Magikarp looking ass one too. So I don't remember most of the Chimp Pokemon in the original one. I think it was just what, Furry Cat, Lambtron, Penguin, Shu. I think that might have been it. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, the Chimp Pokemon idea is great in this game. I love it. Not just because like it's a funny joke, but I actually I like them. I think it's a neat little concept for a collectible. Just an actual parody of, you know, Pokemon toys. So, I mean, well, duh, but like, having a collectible be an actual parody is just something I find interesting, I guess. So to speak. It's better than Riddler trophies, I'll tell you that. Speaking of Riddler trophies, I have never even finished Arkham Knight before. I've never beaten that game. Because I got bored every single time I play it. And I'm the guy that beat and played Arkham Origins. So, I don't know. I just don't like Arkham Knight very much. And it's funny because I've noticed that a lot of people nowadays don't like it either. So, things have changed. They might not have actually even liked it either when it came out. I don't know what people's thoughts on it were. But I just always felt like it was kind of just whatever. I mean, I didn't really care too much for the Batmobile side of things. I just didn't care for that crap. I mean, I'm the type of guy that doesn't really like City that much either. I think most of what you do in City is kind of as well. Like, I'm the Arkham Asylum guy. Like, because I think probably most of my problem comes from the fact that I like Bioshock 1. So, for me, it's like, if anything is slightly closer to Bioshock 1 style, then I probably like it. Well, I mean, they're not exactly like Bioshock 1. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. So, this is, right here, this is, sorry. It's the paper that's bothering me. This is the Fruit Bat. He is one of the enemies that Jimbo wants you to hunt for in his big game hunt. So, he can be tough. Also with the bats, block all their attacks because they do a lot of damage. And I think he does attack down for a debuff as well. But I forgot to talk about that while I was fighting the bats. But with bats, you want to make sure that you block most of their attacks because they actually do quite a hefty amount of damage. They can really screw you up. So I skipped all the town crap. You don't need to see it. Who cares? I thought for some reason that I had everything, but I was like, oh wait, I don't. So I don't know if you have to talk to him about every single animal. I think you might. No, I don't think you have to. We're only missing, I think, probably one, and trying to think of who it might be. We might be missing one. Because if we got them all, yeah, if we got them all, we would have had the oh, that's right, there is one more. It's in Canada. It's the barking spider, I think it was. Yeah, of course he's all the way up in Canada, so. The barking spider and the what? That's just something about the queef. I'm not even sure. Did I not cut this part out? I thought I cut some of this stuff out here. No, I guess maybe. Oh, because it was closer to the mayor's. Oh, no, that's right. It was the. No, wait, we did the gnome stuff earlier. Yeah, I was closer to the mayor's office, so I'm gonna go deliver the mayor stuff. But now, starting with this mission, you're going to end up, you know, getting on your way to getting to Canada. So we've got to get the, you know, the passport and all that other stuff. But I'm just gonna kind of dick around town. Mostly this part of South Park. Take care of basically what I need to. This one has, of course, a count of fish. That's what it was. I forgot that he was in here. I always forget about that one, actually. And then, of course, there's Leroy up here. Which, you know, it's funny because, like, I'm supposed to be, like, a big South Park head, but yet I barely remembered most of the characters. Mainly because, like, they just kind of died off. They just didn't really do much. Or they're just usually just one-off characters or just background characters, so. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that probably know all of them, but, you know, I don't. I'm really bad with that stuff. Heck, I don't remember most of the characters from some of my favorite shows in general. I mean, it's not like I remember all the characters that show up in, like, Aqua Teen or Beavis and Butthead, you know, so. I'm not good with that type of stuff. I'm not good with names, man. I'm not good with it. So in here, you have to pay the bank teller. Like, you have to invest at least $20 to fight him. So that's the idea. You have to put money into him. And of course, whenever you do beat him, you get all your money back. You should get all your money back. So if you want to play out the joke, you totally can. But, I mean, it's pointless. You lose, like, I think, like, $100 he takes from you. I think he only takes, like, 100. Something like that. So, he's nothing specific. He's kind of like the security guard in the way where he doesn't really have armor. He just has, like, a bit of health, and that's pretty much about it. He doesn't really do anything special. He only just does, like, basic attacks. I mean, to be fair, he's just the bank teller, so we just beat the hell out of him. You know, he fucks off, dies. Well, doesn't really die, but just gets KO'd and get our money back. So we got 30 bucks. So you get like $10 extra. We'll just consider it we'll consider it interest at that point. All right, so trying to think of where I'm going next. I think I'm going to probably the police station next, so I can start that quest up. Because it should be like right around here. Am I running? Yeah, I'm running. Just doesn't look like it. Just looks incredibly slow, I guess. Oh no, I'm going to Kenny's house. Oh wait, hold on. What am I doing? This is not Kenny's house. This is, yeah, let's say. All right, there we go. Level 13. Hell yeah. What did I buy? I forgot. Oh yeah, but now we got Kyle and Carbon as our buddies, and we get pretty much everybody back. Oh, it was Donald. Yeah, Chris Donnelly. That's what his name was. I couldn't remember his name for a while, so there's that. Let's see. Inflict damage to your additional damage to primary target. Rally your team. Let's see. On a perfect six, you. Damn it! I'm trying to read. Oh yeah, reduce the PP cost. That's what it was for irritation. Yeah, I mean, you could, okay. My recommendation for Horn of Irritation is either have it level 4 or level 5. I mean, the PP cost isn't really what I would consider too much problem because you can kind of negate most of the PP cost just by having PP equipment or things like that. Basically equipment that, you know, regenerate PP upon attack or health or whatever. I think right there I got, what, 20% extra health for my maximum health. That's probably pretty okay for fighter, considering the fact that, I mean, we are a close range type thing. We're not really a magic dealer, so having a more HP based class would make more sense, even though I do use quite a bit of MP in general, which, you know, I still recommend regardless. Even if you are a fighter or a thief, it doesn't really matter. Because this game mostly works around the idea of having ability attacks that just do quite a lot of good damage. Sorry, I'm just, you know, waiting for something to happen. Not really bored, just tired. As always, it doesn't matter if it's night, doesn't matter if it's morning. I'm tired as hell. Like, it's already like, what, 11 in the morning right now? Good job, Junior. I woke up a couple hours ago, so here I am doing the South Parks. But I do have stuff to do today, of course. Unfortunately, I have appointment stuff to deal with. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I go deal with that, come back, and maybe hopefully have all these videos rendered by today, so that way I can get them all finished, pooped out onto YouTube, and get them uploaded, and then all that other fun stuff. But yeah, this is the Monday after Easter. Yeah, it's the Monday after Easter, so crazy how shit just goes by fast. Real quick, there is a Chim Pokemon in here, and there's an anal probe right there. You can't really see it because of Mr. Mackey's hoarding junk, which is funny because like that wasn't really a concept until like later seasons that he was a hoarder. I don't remember exactly which season it was. I'm sure someone knows, but also Ferris Snarf. I don't know if that's supposed to be a reference to, you know, Snarf from, what was it, He-Man? I think that might be a reference to that. I'm not sure. But right here, you saw a quick edit, but I'm just gonna go ahead. I ran out and I forgot that I was supposed to. I went, I think, all the way back to the PTA and I totally forgot about this. But you're supposed to put that monitor there. It's hard to see and, well, basically for me, hard to remember that I was supposed to do that until after I got, you know, too far away. So just don't forget to drop off the monitor that you're supposed to. But another thing too is I wanted to fight Al Gore, but I think it's too early. I don't remember exactly. No, I might have actually. No, I think it might be okay because Once we go to Canada is when he's going to start bothering the shit out of me. And for those that get annoyed by it, I'm sorry, but I kind of forgot. Well, not that I forgot that I did it, but just more so like I forgot to look that, you know, because he sends you messages constantly, and I was actually just not paying attention to it at the time. While I was in Canada, which is our next dungeon, basically. For the most part, it's its own dungeon, I guess. I mean, because it acts differently. It has different stuff going on. I consider it a dungeon, so that's what I'll say. But yeah, here we go. Right to the police station. And we already talked to, oh, fuck. I always forget his name. It starts with a Y, right? Chief, Y something, I don't remember. You can find out his name, specifically in Fracture But Whole if you wanted to, where you could actually get his... No, wait, no, that might have been the name of, the hooker he was dressed up like in that episode, if I remember correctly. Oh, I don't remember. Wait, actually, hold on. Is that hand? No, it couldn't be, right? That, I'm trying to think. Is that a... That's a left hand, right? Yeah, is that a reference to, sorry. Is that a reference to one of the earlier South Park episodes where Cartman got, kidnapped by that guy that takes left hands or whatever? That might be it. Also, there's a little funny Riddler thing back there. I'm guessing that was a reference to Batman Arkham with the Riddler trophy shit. I don't know. You know, I don't know if that's something Matt and Trey knows about, or if that's something that, the hell, who made this again? It starts with, oh, fuck. I'm sure there's people yelling at me right now, like, while watching this, like, oh, it's this. It starts with an O. I know that much. I'm just trying to remember their name. They made, Fallout, I think, didn't they? Fuck! Oh, it's pissing me off. I'm gonna look it up, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, of course it is. Actually, I probably could just look it up right now, honestly. I could just look it up on my phone if need be. Because as we know, you know, typing on keyboard is loud and obnoxious. Actually, no, it's not. I like typing on keyboard. I think it sounds nice. Especially when you have, like, a really nice-ass keyboard. Ooh, man. Because I'm the type of guy that's, you know, into that ASMR stuff, so I like it a lot. Hey, I'm not afraid to admit, I don't give a shit. Let's see here. Give me a sec. Yeah, I know, completely unprofessional, but who cares? Watch, I'm gonna find their name and be like, duh. Damn it. No, not Devolver. Sorry, just like Devolver come up for whatever reason. Obsidian. That's what their name was. I don't know why, but somebody asked on Google, can you get in a relationship in South Park? Like, what? I'm curious about that, too. Like, I know it's not true, but, like, now I'm curious.
No.
No, there's no way, right? Hold on. It's just basic fights. I think this is what, the first time we get to fight Nazi zombie cats? They have a really annoying wail, which can cause status debuffs. It's relatively annoying. Because they're 9-year-old kids, so no. Oh yeah, maybe it's fake boyfriend for the mission. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they may be 9 years old, but there's been relationships that happened in South Park, like with Tweak and Craig and all that other Cartman and Heidi, all that other shit that happened, which I don't think they're even still much of a thing anymore anyway in terms of South Park lore. I'm pretty sure they're not. I don't remember. But anyway, so what's up now? I wasn't really paying attention. I think I'm just doing the rings right now. I'm just trying to beat as much of these zombies that I can, and then we'll eventually go to the photo dojo, and kind of just a funny name for it, I guess. I think it's a funny little name. It rhymes pretty well. Yeah, we're gonna go do the photo dojo stuff and deal with, you know, the mini boss fight there, and then head up to Canada and then be done, and then we'll head to Canada the next episode and deal with all that fun stuff. All right, let's see. I got what? 2 out of the 5? Shit. Oh yeah, then we go back here and then talk to Mr. Mackey about his monitor stuff and get that quest basically finished. I don't know why Mr. Mackey is so depressed in this one particularly. I don't remember exactly when this game came out. I mean, obviously it came after the it definitely came after the camp one, where Mr. Mackey ended up being a hoarder and was molested when he was a kid, which is why he hoards, I think it was. Molested by, like, what, some dude in an owl costume? I think that's what it was. Yeah, but, I mean, most likely he's probably just tired or bored, but I don't know why, but just seeing him not so excited, it's weird to me. Because, like, normally Mr. Mackey is relatively happy. Well, I mean, he has his moments where he goes fucking crazy, but other than that, I mean, that's just the same thing with everybody in South Park. Like, for the most part, it doesn't matter who the hell they are, you know, adult or kid, someone's gonna go fucking nuts, most likely. That's just the way South Park works. Like, anything can happen and everything can happen. And that's what I like about it. But if I remember correctly, I think I saw, like, an interview thing with, I think it was with Trey, and only him, where he was talking about how, like, with South Park, like, it's made around the fact that there are, like, anybody could be a main character. Like, you can have Mr. Garrett as main character for that episode, you know, you can have the kids, you can do, you know, Chef, you could do whoever, Randy, you know, which he's always kind of been sort of like a main character type thing, and I think he's actually a sort of a, what is it, a pseudo self-insert character, sort of, which I think he's also based on, what was it, Trey's dad? Or one of them. It's either one of Matt's or Trey's dad. I think it's Trey. Because I think Stan was originally supposed to be the self-insert for, like, Trey, and then maybe Kyle might have been Matt. I don't know. I don't know the specifics, but that's just my guess. But interesting stuff. I mean, South Park has just, you know, it's just wild what it's become, and how far it's actually gotten too. Because, you know, man, it's growing up with it, you know, and seeing it nowadays. It's like, wow, you know, it's different. Relatively about the same show. I mean, because usually every episode tries to go for something crazy, which is nice. But anyway, now we're going to be fighting off Monica's boyfriend. Nothing hard. Goes for stun. Gross. There you go. He's dead. And then after this, we basically just head to Canada. So nothing more I can tell you. We're going to head north and then do all that crap. No, wait. No, not Canada. Unplanned Parenthood. That's what it was. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next dungeon. So, take care, everybody.